Well, we are off on another adventure to explore the Far East. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Inspire to Travel with Bev. This time we are going to check out Myanmar. Myanmar used to be known as Burma. Sometimes it's still called Burma. It's a great location between India and Thailand. In the north, where the mountains and forests are, there's China bordering it. And then down the side is the coastline. Look at the coastline. It's just developing its beaches. It is also known as the land of the pagodas, which we will see plenty of. And it is a Buddhist country. There are lots of pagodas, temples, and Buddhas to visit. Also, the country is beautiful. It has lakes and rivers and forests. If you get into the country, you'll see it's also rich in agriculture. There are unique characteristics which we'll explore. One hint is foot paddlers. But most important and can be the best part of your trip are the people. They're friendly and it's a joy to meet them. And there are lots of festivals which you will probably catch one while you're there. For this video, we're going to go outside of Yangon and I'll show you a few places that are really worth visiting. It's a beautiful country, as I said, but first, let's look at 4 fun facts of Myanmar. Myanmar is rich in natural resources. One of those is teak. Teak is in high demand from Burma or Myanmar because it has beautiful color and the grain is exquisite. It's used in furniture globally, decorations, and you'll see it used in the temples as well. Unfortunately, it is being overlogged, even though they use elephants, which make it very efficient. To increase their exports, they are reverting to machinery, which decimates the forest, and they will have to recover by plantation, and the quality of wood will go down. I mentioned they use elephants for harvesting, and the fun fact is Myanmar has the highest population of working elephants. Elephants are highly regarded and very well treated in Myanmar. They actually have government contracts and they retire at a certain age and end up in sanctuaries, which we'll talk about later. Another resource is jade. Jade from Burma is, again, high quality, highly desired, but the way they mine it is in question, and there's been a lot of controversy about it. Chinlone is considered the national sport. They use a cane ball, which is quite light. You have to keep it in the air, and they learn it from a young age right through adulthood, and you can buy them anywhere. So now we're going to travel outside Yangon, beyond Yangon. Looking at the countryside, you get out of the city, you've got simpler housing, beautiful overgrown land. You see houses on stilts quite often, probably because of monsoon. You see beautiful flowering trees like the yellow cassia, the flamboyant tree. The land is covered in them. And you see some interesting sights, like takeout chicken. There are a variety of ways you can travel. This would be local transit. Be prepared to be like a sardine. Usually when you book a tour, you're in a minibus like this. Or sometimes you are able to take a car. But you want to make sure your driver knows where the gas stations are because they just pull in anywhere and they pull out the gas. Or there are several ways you can travel on the Irrawaddy by boat. These simple, smaller boats are quite comfortable. I enjoyed it quite a lot. You can get snacks off the side of the boat. Or there's these fancier, bigger, more expensive boats, which are nice, but I did like the small boat. On your travels, there are interesting sights like this boat that looks like it's going to sink. You get to your destination and this could be your taxi. Toilets are very important when you're traveling. Some you pay for, some are specifically for tourists. Those both would be clean, probably with a toilet seat, maybe flush. Maybe it'll be fancy. And sometimes you take what you can get. However you travel, let's check out Mandalay. A beautiful spot near Mandalay is the Teak Bridge. You can see it on the map there. This teak bridge is 174 years old, and it has been made from teak from the royal palace. It's been recycled. It covers a span of water. A lot of photos you see from here will have this tree in it. Of course, there's a temple, and you can take a boat to get a different view of the bridge, such as this iconic picture of the teak bridge. It looks huge from there, but also a beautiful picture. As you're walking on the teak bridge, you see there's fishermen down there. I believe they're standing, it's not that deep, and they were there for hours catching fish. You can see the guy caught fish there. Everything they need for the day is tucked in their hat or floating behind them. I wondered how long they actually were there in one day. I'm quite intrigued. In Myanmar, you often see the women doing what the men do. And this lady, she's there with 2 fishing poles, and she's got everything she needs floating in this metal tub. At the end of the bridge, there are craft stores, artwork, bronze work, all sorts of stuff you can buy. In Mandalay is Mandalay Hill. It's quite prominent and it's actually quite sacred. At the bottom is Kuthada Pagoda, which is said to be the largest book in the world. It has 730 stone tablets with writing on it, each with their own zedi. And in the middle is the gold pagoda. So it's quite striking against the white, and you can see it from the top of the hill. When you go up the hill, there's another temple, Sutong Piai Pagoda. This has a beautiful view of all of Mandalay from the top of the hill, and is known for its beautiful mosaics, shiny tiles, and architecture. Also, it is called the wish-granting pagoda. So people will travel for miles to come pray there. When I was there, they were fixing the top, so you couldn't see it clearly. You could see other parts of it. It was still beautiful. And of course, the bell. Most of the pagodas have their bell. Now, Mahamudi Pagoda is in a suburb of Mandalay, and it is known for a large bronze Buddha that was taken in battle years and years ago, and you can see it in the back there. They are gradually covering it with gold leaf and gold. They also do a ceremony where they wash the Buddha's face, and it is televised. This is a famous Buddha, and there are pilgrimages to visit him and the temple itself, which has gold everywhere. It's beautiful to see and definitely worth the trip. Can you believe there's more to see outside of Mandalay? You can take a boat on the Irrawaddy, which is the main huge river, and visit some more sites. This is another little boat we took, quite enjoyable. And you get to this huge, flat, unfinished pagoda called Mingun Pagoda. It was supposed to be 150 meters high, but it is only 50. And now they say it's bad luck if they finish it, so they're not finishing it. It's still huge. It's got these cracks all through it. An earthquake in the 1800s caused most of the damage that you see on it. It has these fabulous actual downspouts. They're alligators or crocodiles. You can walk around it. You can also climb up to the top. At the back, there's these huge stones, and you do see other ruins around. There must have been more at the time. That's from the 2nd century. Nearby is the White Pagoda. You can get a cart taxi, which will take you to the White Pagoda, and you go up these decorative steps through the lion or chint. It was impressive. Unfortunately, now, because of the earthquake in 2025, this area is damaged and they really don't want you going there. There are more ancient ruins in and around Mandalay. So the Pyu dynasty was the oldest. It is considered the origin of Myanmar. And you can visit some of the ancient ruins that they have found, and you go by ox cart, which I thought was lots of fun. This pagoda is unique in the shape, and it is the Payagi Pagoda. It's straight up on the sides, with the teat at the top, the fancy bells. Back in Mandalay, you've got the Royal Palace to visit. It sits at the bottom of the Mandalay Hill. You can see that in the back there. It is important because it's a symbol of the last dynasty of Myanmar. It has these wonderful buildings. I don't have a lot of pictures that show it clearly, but it has that tower there, which is distinctive. The palace is contained within a wall. It's all walled, and it's laid out in a grid pattern. It was damaged during World War II, but it has been rebuilt. Some areas look quite new. Now it is more a tourist attraction, but is still very important and symbolic for the Burmese. This shows a little bit of the grid with the pathways, which are in squares, and then the buildings inside. There are still some old buildings around. There are a lot of monks. I think there must be part of it a monastery. At any rate, you can take some time, wander around, and enjoy the beautiful woodwork. Shui Myathian spectacled Buddha is one of the unique ones. There are 2 stories about this Buddha. One, that the Buddha was given glasses from the first king, but another is that this is a Buddha that does healing, not only for eyesight, but other things. Enough about Buddhas and pagodas. There's more to see. We can visit an elephant sanctuary. Remember, the elephants work hard in the timber industry, and they are raised and looked after and worked by the Mahout, which is a word you might know, but in Myanmar they're called Usi. And you can visit a sanctuary where the Mahout or the Usi are still with their elephants, taking care of them into their old age. The Myanmar government pays for this retirement. And then it's subsidized by the tourism, of course. You can go give the elephants a bath. They take you down to the river. The elephants are gentle. They seem to enjoy the human contact. Of course, the Aussies are there to help all through it. And you get to know their names, their background, and you can ask all sorts of questions. And then, of course, which I love, whenever there's an opportunity to do something for the environment, I take it. And planting a tree can help a little bit. Not a lot, but it helps. Of course, it's a beautiful lodge nearby, so we relaxed in the jungle, enjoying the peace. But there's more. There are some unique animals in Myanmar. For instance, the Eld's deer is endangered, and Myanmar has the largest wild population of these deer. You can see them in the parks and the zoo, but they're also wild. Then there's this sambar deer, which I think is gorgeous. The colors, the antler. Of course, there's reptiles. You have the lizard, and unfortunately, some other reptiles. We did see a couple cobras, the king cobra. There are butterflies, beautiful ones. You can get some amazing pictures. They're in the flowers, in the jungle. The colors just pop out against the green. And then it's like there's a conference of butterflies here. In the water, you can take a boat ride. You see the dragonflies, which I love. And unfortunately, huge, big spiders. So you don't want to wander through these bushes. There's lots to see as you travel through the countryside, and one thing is rice fields. You see rice everywhere growing. This is when it's ready to harvest. It's the hard golden kernel. The fields usually are flooded, and then when the kernels are golden, they drain the field so the workers can get to it. And they go in and cut it by hand. You can see the sickle. They'll gather it, they'll put it on a cart. Usually they'll use water buffalo to pull the cart through the mucky water. They also use the water buffalo at the beginning of the season when they plant. When the cart's full, they take it, put it through a threshing machine. So you see the piles behind. They throw what they dried in one side. It separates the stalks and the kernels come out where the bag is there. They collect it in a bucket, they put it in the bag, and that is the paddy rice or the rough rice. So then it's shipped off for drying and further processing. Sometimes they go through the pile that is left and they will try and get some leftover kernels. And this is the old-fashioned way of separating them. You continue your journey and find a smaller farm, and this man has 2 watering cans to get it all done. And this smart guy collects water from the river and then sells it in the village. Now, a beautiful destination is a wildlife sanctuary. There is one at Moyingi, and it is around a lake as well, so there's animals, birds, and plants. There's a bridge that connects you with flooded areas. This is the hotel lounge in the middle, and the rooms are actually like little boats. You can be right on the water. It's quiet and peaceful. You can just sit on the deck around your room. You can sit in the lounge. You can take a boat ride. There are some shallow areas, swampy, but that means there's a lot of birds. You've got egret, and you can see them all over the place. Here, the open-billed or gap-billed stork. The bill is specialized for catching snails. We saw a night heron taking off for home. And other herons, we used to call this the snake bird because it looked like a snake. It's probably the purple heron, a large one. Then there's cormorants. You see them drying their wings after diving. And someone had a frog for dinner. This is the common drongo. They were everywhere in the trees. And bee eaters, the bird life there was amazing. Bee eaters all over, diving in swarms. This is like a fish eagle. It would fill the same niche as that. dragonflies, which I like because they eat mosquitoes and other insects, and there are lots of them on the water. And the beautifully colored kingfisher, another indication that there are lots of fish in the water. We could see them as we went along, but they also hung around our rooms at the lodge. This beauty was right outside my door. I called it the fairy lily. It was so tiny and beautiful. As you gaze over the water, you see lilies dotting the surface. The beautiful white with a light pink, then there's a blue lily with a yellow center, and they just kind of peek out of the water. But we went on a boat ride, and my favorite is the lotus blossom. Look at how beautiful that is. They actually harvest them in this lake. We went on an early morning boat ride. It was peaceful, quiet. Look at the calm water, beautiful sunrise. You get the whole landscape or seascape, lakescape. You see the flowers starting to open in the morning light. I would highly advise you do a boat ride early morning. It really is worth the experience and the beauty. Sadly, you can't stay there forever, so you're on to your next adventure or back to work. I've shown you outside of Yangon. We've seen a bit of the countryside and how people live. It's an awesome country, but please check for travel advisories. Make sure it's safe before you fly there. But I hope I have put it in the back of your mind as a destination. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. My last video on Myanmar will be the best.